A growing number of rap artists are leaving the bad boy hip-hop lifestyle for a more spiritual one. The Canadian Taqwa Association says an increasing number of rappers this year embraced Islam or acknowledged they previously embraced Islam. Among the names, Busta Rhymes, LOON, Napoleon, Castro and Raekwon. Well, Amir Junaid Muhadith, better known by his stage name LOON, is one artist following his own religious conversion. LOON was part of P. Diddy's Bad Boy Records. He accepted Islam in 2008 on a tour in Dubai. He joins me now from Saudi Arabia, where he's just finished performing an Umrah or minor religious pilgrimage. Thanks so much for joining us. You kind of look a little bit different to me today than how we've been seeing you in those pop videos. Is LOON still in there somewhere?
Nah, LOON is working his way out of my system, you know. Just happy to be, you know, accepting Islam and finding the peace of mind that I was always searching for in the music business. And it was very difficult to find this place in my life now, but thanks to Islam, I've been able to, you know, complete my search, and now I'm very much at peace.
So I take it you're no longer a bad boy?
No, bad boy days are over. Now I'm what you call a good boy. It just got to a point where it was just getting very overwhelming, it was getting very overbearing, and I just found myself searching inside, like, man, I need an answer. I need something that's going to give me a route to just, you know, alleviate some of these pains. And that would be like the van being called. The van being called in the city, like, just rang through the whole city. Everybody would just stop. You could hear people breathing. This is a song that I heard that was more beautiful than any song I've ever wrote in my life. You find yourself trying to shop between Dhuhr and Asr. Everyone's taking the sunnah nap. You know, I come from New York City. Everything's 24 hours. I've never seen anybody shut down in midday. You know what I'm saying? And all this is for the sake of Allah. All this is for the sake of God. And it's like, this was so consistent. You know, every place I went, I just seen this whole consistent practice of worshiping the one true God. And this was something that I was looking for. This is something I wanted to be a part of. I couldn't tear myself away from it. After a while, I started to see and study, ask questions. I would go to certain bookstores, buy books, and just found myself getting more and more drawn to trying to learn this culture, learn this lifestyle, and learn this religion. All the misconceptions that you see in the media about the Muslim, you know, all of these things were quickly getting dispelled, you know? And I started seeing, like, maybe the media is only, you know, establishing 3% of Islam. Because everywhere I'm going, I'm seeing just the exact opposite. I'm seeing people who hospitality is just amazing. Everywhere you go, someone's offering you tea, someone's offering you dates, someone's offering you help. You know, people that are very less fortunate than the people I used to hang with. I'm hanging with multi-millionaires. They got yachts, you know what I'm saying, mansions, penthouses, and things of this nature. And it's hard to even extract a cold soda from it. And then to be around people who really didn't have much, were always willing to give, and want nothing in return. You know, because they feel that their blessings come from Allah. And I say, you know, I want to be a Muslim. Allah's guidance is just amazing, because I think sincerely in my heart, Allah heard me and heard the oppression that's hidden. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has replaced everything that was in my life that was haram and gave me things that are halal. For instance, my phone used to ring a lot, nothing but haram, nothing but issues that dealt with haram. Now my phone rings, I find myself giving the brother salams. Not only that, I find myself doing things that are halal, you know what I'm saying, like talking to people who might be interested in Islam and trying to guide them to a better understanding of what Islam is through my example and through, you know, what was given to me. Allah has removed a lot of these things that caused me harm and placed me in harm and danger, and now I just live a very free, peaceful life, and I wouldn't give this up for nothing in the world.
To the oneness of Allah do I testify. For all that He's given me, how can I deny? My purpose in life should be only to cry. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I go by the name of Amir Junaid Muhadith, formerly known as LOON from Bad Boy Records. I've had a very extensive career in the music business. I was very successful in the music business. I contributed a talent that wrote millions of records in sales, and I was able to reach a very vast audience all around the world. And to make a long story short, you know, being in the music business, you know, you encounter so many things that lend a hand to being like a consistent cycle of sin. Something that is very, very repetitive and very consistent, but the grand finale or the ending is really no benefit. And I started to find myself, you know, running into this understanding. And as time went by and I continued to practice this method of sinning in terms of doing music and indulging in the lifestyle that comes with the music, I found myself being very depressed. And, you know, because I felt like I've invested so much of my time and so much of my life and my energy into something that, you know, ultimately was, you know, going down an avenue that had a dead end sign. So being in the business when you're not really, you know, able to express this emotion because you're in a competitive environment and you don't want the competition to see that, you know, you're struggling. So I guess internally I was oppressed and I was trying to find a way to seek refuge in something greater than me, something greater than the business that I was in. Just be mindful that there's a lifestyle that comes with the music that kind of like, you know, destroys the whole positive effort of trying to just exercise a love for music. It kind of cancels out. You can't have one without the other. You do the music, you're going to indulge in the lifestyle that comes with the music. And the lifestyle itself is definitely something that you don't want to get involved with because it draws the guts out you. It draws everything that's pure inside you. And it's just something that, you know, removes the peace of mind that you might have had before you came into business. I visited countries like Muscat, Oman, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai. And through the course of my travels and through the course of performing, and, you know, once the shows were over, I started to pay more attention to the surroundings. I started to pay more attention to the environment that I was in and the culture that came with the environment. And as you know, in the Western world, we have a very one-dimensional perception of Islam, and we have a very one-dimensional perception of the Muslim. So on this journey, I was able to see firsthand the extreme difference, not only in Islam, but in the Muslim. Hands-on, my own experience, with my own two eyes, I seen something that was so, like, different from what American media, you know, expresses in terms of Islam and the Muslim, and I was drawn. I gravitated to this understanding. I would hear certain things like the adhan, which is the call to prayer. I heard the call to prayer being recited, and, you know, actually seeing the Muslim make salat, meaning the prayer, and all these things, you know, combined, played an enormous, you know, gave an enormous impact to my heart. And for the first time in my life, I saw a people who were humble. I seen a people who practiced peace. I seen a people who collectively, you know, 24 hours a day, constantly engaging in acts of worship to the one true creator. And this was something that I needed, you know, because in my state of ignorance, I found myself trying to, you know, search other avenues to find this peace that I seen displayed on my journey. And I tried to do things like buy luxurious gifts or travel to beaches and do all kinds of things, and the satisfaction was always temporary. So while I was in Abu Dhabi and looking at the sunset, overlooking the Arabian Sea, something hit me. And that vision and those collective impressions left me in only one conclusion, that I wanted to be a Muslim. And this is where I was introduced to Islam with no verbal dawah. Basically, an impression that was left based on the mannerisms of the Muslim, the culture of the Muslim, and the collective acts of worship of the Muslim. All these things lended a hand to introducing me to a brand new way of life and a newfound peace that I wouldn't trade in for nothing in the world. Inshallah.
It's cold, it's late, everybody's sleeping. I arise and ask Allah to forgive me. Oh Allah, you see, oh Allah, you know all the sins I do. I turn to you to forgive my sins in my heart. I'm your sinful slave, you're my loving Lord. I'm the one who runs away, oh Allah, guide me. My sins are mountains high, your mercy is so wide. Love me, guide me, forgive me all my sins. My heart inclines to that which is evil and nasty. I realize that Satan's the one that deceives me. I wanna make things right. I stand before you here, forgive the sins I do. That's why I turn to you. I turn to you to forgive my sins in my heart. Ooh, I'm your sinful slave. Ooh, you're my loving Lord. I'm the one who runs away. Ooh, oh Allah, guide me. Ooh, my sins are mountains high, your mercy is so wide. Love me, guide me, forgive me all my sins. All my life I've been so blind, I don't know what to say. I've disobeyed my Lord, I've lost control, my mind is gone astray. No good have I done, only myself to blame. Please, my Lord, don't take my soul, I don't wanna burn in your flame. I pray, I hope that Allah will forgive me. I'm so scared, I no longer wanna be lonely. It's time to make a change, the way I live my life. Islam will guide me through. Surrender myself to you, my Lord, I ask you to bring the light in my life. Whoa. I'm your sinful slave, I'm your sinful slave. You're my loving Lord, you're my loving Lord. I'm the one who runs away.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most kind to make this transition so easy, because some Muslims, as you can probably tell, that making the transition from another faith into Islam, there are a lot of trials and tribulations that one might face from your peers or your family. But in the case of my peers, similar situation, they know me to not ever be like a follower or a tag along. So to see someone with leadership quality follow something as great as Islam, I think a lot of my peers are, one, probably curious about why would I give up such a luxurious lifestyle to be a Muslim. And, you know, like you said, maybe behind my back, some of them joke, but for the most part, the ones that confront me are sincere. And they ask me questions, and to be honest with you, some of them have even accepted Islam based on, you know, having this curiosity, knowing me and seeing this transition and seeing how happy I am. See that I smile more. You know, and this is a well-deserved smile. This is not the smile for the camera where you just, no, this is real, you know. So people who know me can identify with these things have definitely showed me, you know, much support, much love, and alhamdulillah, you know, may Allah guide them all into the fold of Islam, because Islam is a beautiful religion of peace.
Of Mecca, what can you say of the day that Abraham passed away? And he was,
well, honestly, you know, when I was into music, I had a very, very devoted love for music, and everything that it contributed to my career and my life at the time. But now that I've found the same beauty in worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I don't need the music anymore to find that joy that I used to find when I used to do music. Like for instance, you know, like you said, you have people that do have positive words, such as certain artists who do nasheed. But what I've found in such a short period of time of being a Muslim is that, you know, you meet people who are so devoted to the Quran, and when they read the Quran, you can actually see the tears dropping on the pages of the Quran. But what I found now that most of, you know, the young Muslims nowadays that listen to nasheed, the nasheed actually extract the same emotion where they're listening to songs that are talking about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the downside of it is, once you start to accumulate the emotion from listening to nasheed, when these people return back to the Quran, they lose the emotion that comes with reading the speech of Allah. Like, you know, so, and coming out of a business where I suffered so much depression dealing with the lifestyle, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to choose me, to guide me away from the lifestyle, I would be a fool to return back to the place in which I was guided from. And a Muslim and understand, you know, the benefits of practicing Islam correctly and knowing that the Quran teaches us that music is haram. You know, I would say to those that are struggling with these matters to, you know, try to refrain from this and invest more time and energy in reading and extracting the emotion from the speech of Allah, which is in the Quran.
Just want to ask a small question. Will we ever get like Islamic rap or music albums coming out? Nothing. You love the music for...
No, because, you know, the whole thing is, that's only entertainment. Muslims. It's not a
Dawah as well,
not
right?
really, because at the end of the day, it's like, non-Muslims don't come to nasheed concerts. They got Jay-Z. I'm not familiar with any nasheed artists, and I'm not familiar with any nasheed songs because, you know, like I said, I was able to be removed from music and everything it entails, and to return to another music or another style of music will only be, you know, counterproductive for what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I would like to get more in depth with, you know, learning how to read Quran, read and write Arabic, and study, you know what I'm saying, the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and continue to follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, that this is the correct way of Islam, and this is what, you know, I've dedicated my life to doing, inshallah.
There is no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasulillah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Nabi Allah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد رسول الله